All right, first and foremost, we give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Mashiach Yahushua, who the world will called Jesus Christ. Back at y'all for another live class. Date is December the 30th. Quick reminder, also tomorrow, about 8 Pacific, 11 Eastern, we will be having an online class for the so-called Esau, a new year according to Esau, of course, which is not in the actual new year, but we're gonna be here Most High willing tomorrow, about again 8 Pacific, 11 Eastern, to bring this truth out, teach this class, give brothers something to do. All right, instead of trying to watch the damn ball drop or some foolishness like that. So we're gonna be doing that tomorrow. Probably remind y'all at the end of class as well. But yeah, that's what's gonna be going on tomorrow, which will be the 31st of December, so-called New Year's Eve. All right. Let me go ahead and put this out right now. All right. Let me get Judges 19. We're gonna go into a little bit of history. Brother had not known about this, so we're gonna go into a little bit of history tonight. Probably deal with some other questions as well, but we're gonna go into some history right now here in the book of Judges. Matter of fact, let's start at Judges 18 and 30, and then we're gonna read into the 19th chapter. All right, because there's something interesting about Judges 18 and 30 that a lot of people do not know about. So, an elder brother had put me onto it through the Spirit, so I would like to magnify this. And matter of fact, you know what? Let's just go through a couple chapters in Judges and get through this history. We're going to go after Samson. We're going to start in Judges 17, and we are going to read into, if it be the will of the Most High Yahweh, we're going to read to, we're going to read to the end of Judges. So from 17 on, so about 4 chapters. All right. They're not all that lengthy. So, all right, go ahead. Start at Judges 17 and 1. Let the officer start. Yeah, we'll alternate chapters. 17, 18, 19, 20, and then 21.
This is the book of Judges, 17 from the top. And there was a man of Mount Ephraim.
A man of Mount Ephraim. Read.
Whose name was Micah.
Right. So here we have an Ephraimite named Micah. Right. Read on.
It says, and he said unto his mother, the 1100 shekels of silver that were taken from thee, about which thou cursedest, and spakest also in mine ears, behold, the silver is with me.
So he just admitted to his mother he did what? Stole 1100 shekels of silver. He said, mother, you are cursing because somebody has stole money from you. I stole the money, right? Read.
It says, I took it, and his mother said, blessed be thou of the Most High, my son.
She said, well, instead of cursing him, she said, blessed be thou of Yahweh, my son, right? Read.
And when he had restored the 1100 shekels of silver to his mother said, I have holy,
meaning totally. Holy in that sense means totally. Read.
Dedicated the silver unto the Most High from my hand for my son, to make a graven image and a molten image. Now therefore I will restore it unto thee.
You see that? She took this 1100 shekels of silver for the purpose of making an idol. But as you notice, it said, his mother said, I had wholly dedicated the silver unto Yahweh, or the Lord. We know in the Hebrew that says Yahweh. So what does this let us know our people were doing in that time? Being idolaters, but in what way? It said she said she's dedicating something to Yahweh by making a graven image. That's idolatry. But what does that mean specifically? It's dedicated to Yahweh, but it's to make a graven image.
Like playing both sides of the fence.
She is playing both sides of the fence.
Put the name of the Most High on the idol.
She's creating an idol of Yahweh. She's calling on Yahweh, but she's saying this idol, this is Yahweh, this idol. And we did this. This is archaeological fact, right? Matter of fact, hold on. I want to see if I can pull it up.
You get that precept too.
And also, what is it, Isaiah? Get that in Isaiah, officer. I shall not give my praise to another. Watch this.
Isaiah 42.
Go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 21. And this was an occasion to deceive the world, for men serving either calamity or tyranny did ascribe unto stones and stocks the incommunicable name. So that's pretty much them putting the Most High's names on, the different idols that they worship, or the different, gods that they erected in the land. You got that, Yash?
It is Isaiah 42:8. It says, I am Yahweh, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images.
God. Just because you try to put the name of the Most High on it doesn't try to put some sort of holy or righteous spin on it. That's why. Was that Deuteronomy 7?
75.
It might be Exodus 20. Make no graven. But then I want 7 and 5 because it tells you what we're supposed to do with these graven images.
Exodus 20.
Yeah.
This is Exodus 20:4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Unto thee any graven images. This is what this brother's mother was about to do with the shekels of silver. She was gonna carve and make her a graven image. Go ahead.
Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
So any likeness of things in heaven above. Read.
Or that is in the earth beneath.
Or in the earth beneath. Go ahead.
Or that is in the water under the earth.
Read.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
Don't bow down yourself to them.
Nor serve them.
Nor serve them.
For I, Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous power.
Is the name there?
Yeah, I the Lord.
It says I the Lord, Yahweh. His name is there. So again, just because you put the name of the Most High onto a graven image and try to, like I said, put a spin on it, it's still wickedness. Now go to 7 and 5. Deuteronomy 7 and 5.
It's Deuteronomy 7 and 5. But thus shall ye deal with them, ye shall destroy their altars.
You gotta destroy the altars of the wicked. Go ahead.
And break down their images.
You gotta break down their images. Read.
And cut down their groves.
Cut down the groves. Everything that has to do with the worshiping of these false gods, idols, images that we are commanded to not erect, create, in the earth. Go ahead.
And burn their graven images with fire.
We gotta burn these graven images with fire. All right. Thus said the Lord.
God.
So I'm gonna show one of these idols that they found. This is one of the idols they made of Yahweh.
Get the hell out of here.
So, and also give me that in Hosea. Ephraim is given unto idols. Real quick, I want to share my screen. Y'all can come up and see it here in a second. But as we see, I want y'all to see this because this is what was going on. Most High said he will not give his praise to graven images. Our people being idolaters as the nations, from the influence of the nations, did it anyway. So what y'all seeing on the screen, everybody that's in class, it says idols made of copper, a graven image, dated from the year of 1200 BC, which is, of course, circa whatever dating system they used. The accuracy of it cannot be authenticated. Anyway, it says this is obviously a phallic deity. It was found in the sanctuary of Timnah in El Cantalit, Ajrud, Israel, in 800 AD. Supposedly, it is a representation of, as they say here, Yahweh or Jehovah, which we know is Yahweh. And this statue is infamous for his phallus, indicative of their progenies' reproductive capacity. All right. So they made idols unto the Most High, and we're calling these idols Yahweh. You have a group called Gathering of Christ Church, right? Everybody familiar with GOCC in here. GOCC teaches that the name of the Most High is Ahia, right? Which is off. Anyway, which we've covered. But one of their fundamental points for saying that is they try to say that this is a God that was found in Canaan. This Yahweh was found in Canaan, a God. Yeah, our people made that. We knew the Most High, we knew his name, and then we took his name and we put it on idols. Is that what you got? You had pulled that already?
Yeah. Wisdom of Solomon?
Wisdom of Solomon. Read it again for me, please. I was looking, so I didn't hear. I just want to hear it one more time.
Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 21. And this was an occasion to deceive the whole world.
It was an occasion to deceive the whole world, right? Read.
For men serving either calamity or tyranny.
Read.
Did ascribe unto stones and stocks.
Stones and stocks. Read.
The incommunicable name.
The incommunicable name of Yahweh they ascribe to stones and stocks. So this is something our people had been doing. Okay, it's off and it's wicked, especially the northern kingdom. You have that again in Hosea?
Yeah, it's Hosea 4:17. Ephraim is joined to idols.
Ephraim, the northern kingdom, the Latino man, is joined to idols. Okay, who knows what a botanica is?
It's like flowers or something.
Not that botanica. That's like a botanical garden, right? Botanica.
Stores that we be setting up on Boulevard.
El Cajon Boulevard.
The idols in
University. Yes. A botanica is big amongst the northern kingdom tribes and Levites. This is a house of idols. You walk in there and that's all you see. You see idols everywhere, magic potions. They typically do palm readings and tarot cards in the back. This is something evil and wickedness and witchcraft that we have been doing since all the way back then. Levi in the northern kingdom. You see what I'm saying? So that's what a botanica is. So now when you see it, when you see a botanica, if you're in a heavy SICARRI area, you'll see botanicas. Up in North County, Vista got a botanica. Like this brother said, by camp, there's literally a botanica probably 2 or 3 blocks from camp, and then there's another one on El Cajon Boulevard, and probably many more throughout the city of San Diego and the region. Botanicas. This is the type of stuff you see in there. These types of idols. So this is the idolatry that our people are mad with, specifically and mostly the northern kingdom is mad upon their idols, right? And they read it again. So like
it says Ephraim is joined.
They're joined to idols. Who knows what the word Levi means? Lawyer is how you say it in Hebrew. What does it mean? Levi. What does lawyer mean? Look, everybody gonna look it up. Lawyer means joined. That's what it means. So read that scripture again. Lawyer means joined. What happened when the Levites? What happened when the kingdom split? Who got it? What happened when the kingdom split? We just covered it last week. I saw it.
The Levites joined
Judah, right? All of us, we went to the south. Just left what? Matter of fact, get that for me.
It's the 3 tribes.
In the south, right? But what did it leave for the north? Get that for me in Kings. What is that? 1 Kings 12. And he made priests of the lowest of the people. Okay. 12 and 30.
I get it. 1 Kings 12 and 31. And he made a house of high places and made priests of the lowest of the people, which were not the sons of Levi.
That's what Jeroboam did. He made priests of the high places who were not the sons of Levi, meaning the northern kingdom tribes. He made them priests. In making them priests, what does that make them? Priests are joined unto the Most High. So what is Ephraim then? Read that again in Hosea.
Says, this is Hosea 4:17. Ephraim is joined to idols.
They are joined to idols. They're now playing the role of a Levite, but they're doing it wickedly. They're joined unto idols, not to Yahweh. Levi are joined unto Yahweh. They joined to idols. So they were the Levites playing the role of Levites, but doing it to idols as opposed to the Most High. Read.
It says, let him alone.
That's where you get, again, Santeria and Brujeria and all those various Northern Kingdom witchcraft, Gadite medicine men and things like that. That comes from this. Read.
Their drink is sour. They have committed whoredom.
They have committed whoredom by worshiping all other gods, worshiping graven images. Right? So let's now go back to Judges. So just to get that, the Northern Kingdom has always had an affinity for graven images. Not to say the Southern Kingdom hasn't, but the Northern Kingdom has always had a little bit more of an affinity to graven images. Have all kind of statues and candles. You see it when you go into the store, a million Caesar Borgia candles, Semiramis candles, Tammuz candles. You see all that when you go into your damn store. Why? Because the Northern Kingdom is going to come in there. They're going to buy those things. They're going to give offerings. They're going to burn money in there. All type of foolishness to worship these deities and idols, right? So these are, again, as it said in the beginning, Micah is a man of the Mount of Ephraim. So this is an Ephraimite brother. Go ahead. So-called Puerto Rican. Read.
Verse 5, verse 4, it's a lot. Yet he restored the money unto his mother, and his mother took 200 shekels of silver and gave them to the founder.
To the founder. What does a founder do? He's going to make the image. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It says, who made thereof a graven image and a molten image, and they were in the house of Micah.
So they make a graven image and say, this is the Most High, right? Read.
And the man Micah had an house of gods, and made an ephod.
What is an ephod? You know what an ephod is? Come on, man. Y'all got to know this.
Got the stones on.
The 12 stones. Where's my... What to say, man? Come on, I pulled that on the streets the other day. Ephod. He made an ephod, right? This is to the Most High, right? He made an ephod to this idol, though, right? Read. I'm putting this on there for the duration of the class. And a teraphim, which is another false god, I believe. That's what a teraphim usually is. Let me double check because I have a. What is this? What is this thing called? I want to use the proper terminology for this. That right there. I know you know. Right here. The star.
Ooh.
It's like an asterisk, something like that.
Asterisk.
Yeah, something like that next to it. So that means, what is it? This is Judges. Judges 18:4.
Tell the brother, i.e., an example.
An example. That wasn't it, but good Lord, it was close.
Good.
It sounded right. I believed it. I believed it. So it says 18. No, I'm in 17. Slovakia. 17 is where we're reading. So 17:4. So it says a teraphim in the Hebrew. Slovakia 5 is when we read.
Called an asterisk.
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 Asterisk. Okay, a teraphim. The Rapayim, which I believe is just an idol. Let me see. Come on. An image, an idol, idol's image, family idol. Kind of idol used in the household shrine of worship. So what you see in the Puerto Rican's house today. This is how we know that the Puerto Ricans are the tribe of Ephraim. This is very consistent with what Puerto Ricans do. They have a shrine in their house. They're putting dollar bills and skulls and doing all kind of madness. You see what I'm saying? That's what the Puerto Rican man do. So start from the top again of Salakia, 5.
Judges 17:5. The man Micah had a house of gods.
He had a house of gods, right? He had a house of idols. Read.
And made an ephod.
Made his own ephod. Read.
And a teraphim. And consecrated one of his sons, who became his priest.
So before the kingdom split, Ephraimites were already off into this practice of making themselves priests. So he basically, what you just read in this small verse of Judges, the 17th chapter and the 5th verse, this just told you where Santeria comes from. Santeria, which all kind of Latin tribes practice, especially the tribe of Ephraim. Santeria comes from right here. Puerto Rican man was taking and making idols and consecrating their sons to serve as priests to idols, going by the way of the Torah to consecrate your son, the consecration process that the Aaronite priests went through during the book of Numbers, the book of Exodus, etc., etc. They carbon copied all of that, all things that are supposed to be righteous, holy, and sanctified to the Most High, which were exclusively for a certain group of Levites. They have taken this and put it on themselves and done it unto this idol, right? So go ahead.
In those days, there was no king in Israel, but every man did that which was right in his own eyes.
Similar to now, there is not a king reigning over us right now. So us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we just do whatever's right in our own eyes, and that's our problem with our people. People are going to say, do what thou wilt, do what feels good, don't judge this individual, all that madness. All they're just doing what's right in their own eyes. They're only doing this because we don't have law and order established amongst us, because we don't have our king. When our king returns, this is when law and order is going to be established, and men are going to stop doing after whatever pleases their own eyes, right? But this man was doing after whatever pleased him in his own eyes. He couldn't deal with having an omniscient, omnipotent God. He wanted to have an idol that he can look at and that he can bow to, and he wanted to have a priesthood that was exclusive unto his family. So he sanctified, or alleged, which ain't even a real sanctification, but went through a ritualistic sanctification for this idol to his son, right? So go ahead.
And there was a young man out of Bethlehem, Judah, of the family of Judah, who was a Levite and a sojourner, and he sojourned there.
So you have a Levite who's wandering through Mount Ephraim, who's coming from the land of Judah. Again, the Levites, we were dispensed throughout the 12 tribes. So for whatever reason, this Levite who came from Judah is just wandering and sojourning through the land of Ephraim at this time. Read.
And the man departed out of the city from Bethlehem, Judah, to sojourn where he could find a place.
Bethlehem, Judah, where Yahushua come from, and King David and things like that. Bethlehem, right? Read.
And he came to Mount Ephraim.
He came to Mount Ephraim. Read.
To the house of Micah. As he journeyed.
This is how, and you're gonna see it as we read Judges. This is how much love that we had amongst each other. If you seen a brother on the streets, you would just go get him and tell him to come and stay at your house. You see what I'm saying? We literally did that to each other back then. This guy just coming from Bethlehem, Judah, never met Micah a day in his life, and Micah just say, "Oh, just come in my house." This is what we were doing when we were journeying. You see what I'm saying? We're going on a long journey and long trek, trying to get to a certain part of the land. You don't worry, you ain't got to pay for no hotel or anything like that. There's a brother somewhere or a widow that's going to open her doors or his doors and let you stay in their house. Once upon a time, we had that much brotherly love amongst each other, right? Go ahead.
And Micah said unto him, "Whence comest thou?" And he said unto him, "I am a Levite of Bethlehem, Judah."
So he said, "Who are you?" Right? Wait, where are you from? You see that? This is where Israel we get to. This is our culture. Where are you from? Oh, I'm a Levite of Bethlehem, Judah. Oh, okay. All right, brother. So let's see what Micah does when he hears this. Read.
And I go to sojourn where I may find a place.
Meaning this Levite is just walking to where he's going to take whoever's going to have him. Right? Read.
And Micah said to him, "Dwell with me, and be unto me a father and a priest."
This is a young man now. This is a young Levite. This grown man is saying, "Be unto me a father and a priest," right? Because he's been initiated in the Levitical rites, Levitical rituals. So he knows he's been initiated in the Torah, the Levitical rituals. So he knows these things. So he's telling him, "Come in and guide my house." Read.
And I will give thee 10 shekels of silver by the year.
Meaning what? He said, "I'm going to pay you," because of course a Levite's got to get his pay for this, right? So he's saying for an annual fee or a salary, I'm going to give you 10 shekels for the next year. Read on. You're going to live in my house. I'm going to feed you, and I'm going to pay you these shekels of silver, and you're going to execute the office of a priest exclusively and personally for me in my home. Read.
And a suit of apparel.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you some nice clothes. Read.
And thy victuals. So the Levite went in.
He said, "Well, that sounds like a hell of a deal to me," right? And went right up in that damn house for 10 shekels of silver. Read. I'd have asked for it in advance, but go ahead, brother. Can I get the 10 now? Don't. I ain't going nowhere. Go ahead.
And the Levite was content to dwell with the man.
Sounded good. Read.
And the young man was unto him as one of his sons.
Read on.
And Micah consecrated the Levite. And the young man became his priest and was in the house of Micah.
Read on.
Then said Micah, now know I that the Most High will do me good, seeing I have a Levite to my priest.
So he said he's having confidence in the fact that the Lord is going to bless him, because he said, well, hey, I got this Levite in my house. But the whole time you have an idol in your house that you're calling Yahweh. This is the problem. And as we're going to read on, you're going to see this man does not get blessed. You see what I'm saying? Because you are off into idolatry, right? So keep going on into 18 or pick that up, Captain.
Judges 18:1. In those days, there was no king in Israel.
Keep emphasizing. These are important scriptures to highlight. I would prefer highlighting the 6th verse of the 17th chapter. And it's a good example to say everybody just does what they want. Everybody just does what's right in their own eyes because we don't have any rulership. That's what happens, right? When Yahushua shepherd was smitten on that cross, when we put him up on that cross for the Romans, the damn devil, the Edomites to kill, we don't have any king. We don't have anybody to lead us. So everybody just does whatever the hell they feel like doing. And the white man gives you full reign to do so, right? Everybody doing what's right in their own eyes is never a good thing in the Bible. So when people come up to you saying, well, I'm going to just do what I feel is good, and this all that madness, you take them right to that Judges 17:6, you dagger. It's saying right there that that's not a good thing.
How would I add this scripture with the whole thing of they like to please the desires of their heart? Like, as far as when a person be like, God knows my heart. You know what I'm saying? How would I use this scripture and add it to another scripture?
Let me see something.
You use the scripture about you say, I know your heart is written between the scriptures, something like that.
Jeremiah 17.
Jeremiah 17. I'm gonna show you another one. This is a good one to use with that. This is Ecclesiastes. No, Salaki. I'm Ecclesiastes. I need to be in Ecclesiastes. Hold on, back into the Bible.
Jeremiah 17 and what?
9. 4. 9.
Salaki.
17 and 9.
After Proverbs. Ecclesiastes. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 10. What is that? And 4. If the spirit of the ruler raise up against thee, leave not thy place. The spirit of your ruler. If this person is claiming that he can do whatever he wants, whatever he sees fit, or I feel this way, but he believes in God, matter of fact, set him up. Right here, the scripture that says the Most High is our king. You go from there to that about not going up against the ruler, and you go there to see only people who do that are people who don't acknowledge their king. You see what I'm saying? There's no king to rule and establish this, so you're not letting God rule over you. So that's why you think you can do whatever you want. Sorry. Ecclesiastes 10 and 4. And also it's a scripture I believe in Deuteronomy, the Most High is our king, Yahweh is our king. Ecclesiastes. Author Solomon. Okay.
That's how sick our people was. What the Most High told us, he's our king. We still continue to go off.
It's funny because when you watch this, where is this in Deuteronomy? Our people seen the Most High. Our people seen chariots. Our people saw people get swallowed up. They saw the Red Sea get parted. They saw Egypt get hit with 10 plagues and say, you know what? I don't know. It's not enough for me.
Just thought they were doing some shrooms or something.
Yeah, thought they was just hallucinating or big or just ungrateful. You see what I'm saying? Israel just ungrateful as hell. So where it's just not good. I mean, how I know, you saved us from that hard bondage, but I mean, like, come on, my nigga, we gonna keep talking about that. How long ago that happened, man? How long you gonna keep bringing that up, man? What have you done for me lately?
4 and 3.
I always bring this out.
Deuteronomy 4 and 3. Your eyes have seen what Yahweh did because of Baal Peor, for all the men that followed Baal Peor. Yahweh, thy power, hath destroyed them from among you.
They seen it. They seen it.
I just can't imagine.
Get Deuteronomy 17 and 14.
Brother said, I can't imagine seeing it. And
I couldn't imagine either.
Having the balls.
And guess what? Our people sure as hell did it. I can imagine some of these silly niggas doing it, though. Most High working. I just seen the Most High working people's lives, and they just go right back into their covetousness, man. Go right back into their wickedness. Go right back into whatever the hell they was into. You see, using the Most High like he's a damn payday loan spot or something.
Yeah.
You know, you gonna get the 255 from him. You know what I mean? And then when he start calling your phone, you never pick up no more. All right. You let that check bounce. He never got his damn $300, and you running around thinking that you free of debt, but that debt gonna come and get you eventually. Yeah, that's it, right?
Jay felt the ones that were keeping the law, how they just got caught and put on the bullets. They were like,
Yeah, because you think everybody was just wicked who got put into slavery? Of course not. Did Jeremiah? I mean, did not Jeremiah? Jeremiah didn't go to slavery. Did Ezekiel go into slavery? Read the book of Ezekiel. He was in slavery. Baruch. These are prophets. Daniel in slavery. You see what I'm saying? You had something, Terrell?
Like I was reading something, maybe you guys can help me out. Where somewhere in Virginia, there's like a church or something like that, where the first slaves they were writing in Hebrew. So they're, you know what I mean? That could probably go to show that they weren't totally lawless.
Totally lawless.
Yeah.
Of course. So they had some concept of who they were, and we're all. And of course it proves that as well, Bayan.
What was it saying that they have no king? And Judges
17 and 6. 17 and 6. You got Deuteronomy 17 and 14? Bring that out real quick. Because the Most High told us in the law, even though he told us he's our king, he also told us in the law. Watch this, read.
Deuteronomy 17 and 14. When thou art come into the land which the Most High thy power giveth,
when we go to our land of Israel, read.
And shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I set a king over me.
He said, I know you guys are going to say after you get your land, you're going to say you want a king. I know it. Read. Because I'm not, the Most High, I get it. I'm just not good enough for you niggas. Go ahead.
Like as all the nations that are about.
We want to be just like everybody else. Does everybody else have a king? Every other nation had a king at that time. This is far before the goddamn devil introduced democracy. Pseudo-democracy to the world, where you think you're voting for somebody, you think you're setting somebody in office over you, that you're not. But he said, look, I know you guys are going to come into the land, you're going to want a king just like everybody else. That's why he gave us a wicked king first, whose name is what? Who's our first king? What? Saul. He gave us Saul, a wicked king. Then he gave us a righteous king, David, but David had his flaws. Then he gave us another righteous king, Solomon, but then towards the end of his life, Solomon went off. Right? So the first king he's going to give us that's complete or perfect is Yahushua. Other than that, everybody's had their faults. You see what I'm saying? But the Most High knew we were going to say, we need a king. We need somebody on earth that we can behold his physical body, look at him, so that could be our king. Because just existing up there just ain't enough. That's how feeble our people are, right? So he gave us all kind of wicked kings for all this time, just to give us this righteous one at the end. You see what I'm saying? Finally, all right, I'm gonna give y'all what you really need now, right? But go ahead.
Verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over
thee. That's it on that. Let's go back to Judges. I'll get the point on that.
Judges 18 and 1. In those days there was no king in Israel, and in those days the tribe of the Danites sought them an inheritance to dwell in.
Hold on now. The tribe of the Danites are seeking an inheritance. Who knows why? Why?
Dan did something to not be.
Dan hasn't done anything yet. This is the book of Judges. Dan has not done anything yet that wrong as a people. They're seeking an inheritance.
The Levites?
No, the Danites, not the Levites. That Levite's walking around and somebody gonna take him. Somebody want him to come and practice voodoo in their house. Somebody want it, right? Or maybe they're righteous and they go execute the law, but somebody want them. But the Danites, nobody wanted the Danites. Did the Danites have a land given to them in the book of Joshua? Book of Joshua now. Who knows? The Danites did have a land given to them. They had land. So why are they seeking an inheritance?
They lost the land.
They lost the land. Who did they lose the land to? That's the real question. Who did they lose the land to? Y'all not sure.
Gotta find me.
There's one tribe of Israel that became two tribes. What tribe is that?
Joseph.
Tribe of Joseph. Joseph is two tribes, Ephraim and Manasseh. Manasseh is so damn big, they got east side Manasseh and west side Manasseh. That's how big Manasseh is. Manasseh got two sides to their jump. Manasseh's huge. They outgrew Dan. Dan was small in number. So Dan had to go and find a new place to live. They couldn't live where they lived anymore. Manasseh had totally infiltrated. That's why many people believe the tribe of Dan are some of those indigenous West Indian peoples, i.e. like Jamaica. Before Jamaica got slaves brought to it, there were people that lived in Jamaica. Before the Bahamas had slaves brought to it, people lived there, indigenous peoples, Indians. Many people believe that these people may be the Danites because they got diminished so small in number, and another tribe came to live in their land. You see what I'm saying? Which is not illogical. The Danites had got ran out by the Manassites.
So in nationality, it was 13 tribes and one got cut off.
It was 12 tribes because Ephraim and Manasseh are really one tribe. Joseph, like on the ephod, look, it's just Joseph. It's just one stone. But Ephraim, but they're two tribes within a tribe. You see what I'm saying? To where Manasseh got so big that they took Dan's place.
So what happened to the Danites?
That's what the mystery is. If you go to the book of Revelation 7, Dan is not reckoned in the book of Revelation 7. Could Dan be a part of the innumerable multitude of Israelites? Of course. But Dan does not have a substantial amount of descendants on the earth in the last days to be reckoned as a tribe. They are Israelites, but because they're so small in number, there's not going to be 12,000 of them that are going to be a part of the ruling body of the government of Israel. It's not going to happen. So few of them, wherever they may be. There's also belief that some of them are also in Africa. There's literally a tribe that's called the Dan or the Yakoba in Africa and Liberia. And that tribe has been oppressed by all tribes of Liberia. Liberia is you have brothers from America who went over to Liberia. We're familiar with that when they said we're going to repatriate certain African Americans back to Africa. They sent them to Liberia. When they get to Liberia, who they meet are evil Hamitic tribes who never went into slavery. This is how you know they're not Israelites. The majority of them tribes in Africa, I mean, not in Africa, but in Liberia, no people of those tribes ever were sold on ships. Ships was not leaving out of Liberia with them people on. So this is how you know they don't fit us. That's not us. These are primitive, tribalistic, Hamitic, Canaanite people that live in Liberia. These people were very cruel to the Americo-Liberians, which were brothers who tribe of Judah that repatriated to Liberia. And also you have the Dan, the tribe of Dan, or the Yakoba there, which of course Yakoba is just the French way of saying Jacob, that live there, live in Liberia, and they have been oppressed by the other Hamitic tribes of Liberia. So could these very well potentially be Danites as well? Yes, but they're small in number. Just like the indigenous peoples outside of Ephraim and Manasseh and Simeon in the West Indies are very small in number and have been greatly overran by the tribe of Benjamin down there. You see what I'm saying? So these are how we start to put the pieces of the puzzle together about Dan. There's just not enough of them for there to be 12,000. But some of them could be a part of the 1/3 and be saved along with the rest of Israel, right? But go ahead.
It says, for unto that day all their inheritance had not fallen unto them among the tribes of Israel.
It hadn't fallen unto them. Manasseh's so damn big. Matter of fact, let me see my Bible so I can show y'all a visualization of this. Boom. If y'all could come up and look if you want. As y'all see, hold on, what colors? Yellow and this yellow and the brown. As you see that? It's East Manasseh and West Manasseh. Manasseh had two. You see how big Manasseh is huge. Dan is tucked off over here atop Judah. Dan is not supposed to be there. Dan went there by virtue of the fact that Manasseh had absorbed so much land that Dan went there. That wasn't where Dan was supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? So they hadn't had all of their inheritance, so now they're searching for another inheritance. That land I just showed you was inhabited by somebody. And we're going to read about that story. Now, this is what this whole story of Judges is about, right? So read.
Verse 2, and the children of Dan sent their family 5 men from their coast, men of valor, from Zorah and from Eshtaol.
From their coast. As the picture I just showed you, Manasseh had it all the way to the coast. Wasn't no Dan at the coast. So somebody from their coast, because they dwelt coastally, had to come because they've been absorbed up. They looking for a home now. Read. They sent 5 mighty men. Read.
To spy out the land and to search it.
So they're spying out and searching. They're searching for a place of land to spy out, to take from whoever lives there, to now become the inheritance of Dan. Read.
And they said unto them.
And the thing is, the reason why we have this problem is because we weren't getting our initial and original tribal allotment. The land that was promised to Abraham was what? What were the boundaries? The Nile to the Euphrates.
Yeah.
From Egypt to Iraq is ours. From Egypt to Iraq. Not just, so that the little land that we got when we got in there, and it's Israel now, we're supposed to have a far greater allotment of land. But for various reasons, we only got what we got. Also because we lacked faith, so we didn't defeat the Canaanites.
So is it Israel as a whole, or is it the southern kingdom?
That's the whole nation of Israel's land is from Egypt to Iraq. That's the whole nation. So we're supposed to have allotments amongst all of that. Instead, we got a much smaller portion. So what happens is this overlap. Manasseh gets huge, so Dan is segmented. So now they're going to find somebody else's land to take and kill them for it and seize it, right? So read.
It says, and they said unto them, go, search the land. Who, when they came to the Mount Ephraim, to the house of Micah, they lodged there.
So Micah's, he's letting everybody come and stay, right? Got the Danites over there, Levite over there, everybody over there. Read.
When they were by the house of Micah, they knew the voice of the young man, the Levite, and they turned in thither and said unto him, Who brought thee hither, and what makest thou in this place, and what hast thou here?
So they hear his voice. They say, okay, what you doing over here? Right? Read.
And he said unto them, Thus and thus dealeth Micah with me, and had hired me, and I am his priest.
Read on.
And they said unto him, Ask counsel, we pray thee, of the Most High.
So again, they said they knew his voice. They knew that he was a Levite. So they said, all right, well, come here. Ask of the Most High. Read.
That we may know whether our way which we go shall be prosperous.
Ask the Most High whether or not we are going to be able in conquest and take this land for our tribe. Read.
And the priest said unto them, Go in peace, before the Lord is your way wherein ye go.
He said the Lord is with you. Go ahead. Yahweh is going to give you that land. Right? Read on.
Then the 5 men departed and came to
how crazy that is. Our people was so, especially the Levites at that time, was so connected with the Most High. Did you come up and ask him a question and he immediately tell you the Most High is with you? Don't worry about it. He's going to be with you. You're going to do everything you want is going to happen. This is how connected this man is with the Most High. Yahweh is with you. Don't worry about it. Go and kill all them people and take their land. It's all good. You see that? Anybody tell you this now and you see it come to pass 9 times out of 10, it's going to be somebody in the church. This brother was just telling me. Brother came up to this simple Jake in the world and told him, the Lord is going to restore your finances, brother. He's going to give you your kids back, brother. He's going to give you your woman back. And his finances immediately start picking up. You know what that is? That's Satan. Don't worry about it. Satan is going to give you some money. 5 years down the line, 5 years, 10 years down the line, he's going to take one of your kids. And then you're going to understand that this was the devil that gave you that money in that time. Money can't bring the kid back, now can it? Right? So go ahead.
And saw the people that were therein, how they dwelt careless, after the manner of the Zidonians.
What does that mean? They spied, hold on, Salakia. The 5 men departed and went to Laish and saw the people that were therein, how they dwelt careless after the manner of the Zidonians. What does that mean? They dwelt careless. They were slipping right there. That's exactly what I needed. They looked down, they said, look at these things. Because the Zidonians, we've talked about the Zidonians in class. The Zidonians were merchants. They can sell you anything. They weren't warriors. They had a geographical place that made them so hard to attack that people wouldn't attack them because it was so hard. But these were not people who were skilled in war, these Hamites, right? They're not, I guess you could say the Babylonians were skilled in war, but many of the Hamitic peoples were not very skilled in war. You see what I'm saying? That was more of a Shemitic thing to be skilled in war, high-tech war. When you deal with the Persians, us, Israel, who frontiered many aspects of guerrilla warfare. What I said the Persians already, the Assyrians, the damn, even Esau, of course, Esau, everybody knows Esau is skilled in war. Moab, Ammon, warriors. That's a Shemitic thing, mostly to be a warrior. Ham wasn't much so warrior people. And Japheth are warriors on a primitive level, very primitive. They don't have tactics in war. They just fight. You see what I'm saying? That's different. You see what I'm saying? So they had a little thing like most of Egypt's army was hired out. You see what I'm saying? Majority of their army, they were contracting mercenaries from other places. They weren't this great, strong Sudanese army. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't that. This was mostly a Shemitic thing to be blessed and skilled in war, right? So they're looking down at these Hamites, these Idonians. They say, look at them. They slipping. Hey, down there, we walk down there and take this whole thing over. Go ahead.
Going back. It says, and they said unto him, ask counsel, we pray thee of the Most High, that we may know whether our way which we go shall be prosperous. And the priest said unto them, go in peace, before the Lord is your way, wherein ye go. The 5 men departed and came into Laish, and saw the people that therein, how they dwelt careless after the manner of the Zidonians, quiet and secure, and there was no magistrate in the land that might put them to shame in anything.
So they don't have a ruler that's ruling over their land. They're a magistrate, right? Somebody who's ruling over it in any judicial capacity. They don't have that going on. Everybody just doing what they want to do down there in Laish, right, Reed?
It says, and they were far from the Zidonians and had no business with any man.
So they were far away from their people, the Zidonians. They were like an isolated city, and they weren't doing business with any man, meaning they didn't really have any too much outside. They were just kind of chilling down there. Sound like some damn Hamitic hippies that we talking about, right? So read.
It says, and they were far from the Zidonians and had no business with any men. And they came unto their brethren to Zorah and Eshtaol, and their brethren said unto them, what say ye?
So they went back to the Danites. They said, all right, well, what's the get out? You just went and stuck that out. So what's going on, Reed?
Come. It says, what say ye? And they said, arise, that ye may go up against them, for we have seen the land, and behold, it is very good. And are ye still? Be not slothful to go and to enter to possess the land.
He said, y'all still sitting here? Get up and go and kill them damn Hamites and get us a damn possession, right, Reed?
When ye go, ye shall come unto a people secure and to a large land.
It's huge. These people are chilling, Reed.
For the Most High will give it into your hand.
How do they know that? How do they know the Lord's going to give it to them? The Levite told them, right, Reed?
A place where there is no want of
a fortune teller. This is early fortune telling we got going on because he was dealing with an idol. So this is early fortune telling on a level, right, Reed? Which is wicked.
A place where there is no want of anything that is in the earth.
Meaning they have everything in abundance. It's all good. They got goodly grain and harvest and fruit and all kind of stuff and cattle. They'll be all right. Read.
And there went from thence of the family of the Dainties.
The Danites.
I said the Dainties. The Danites out of Zorah and out of Eshtaol 600 men, anointed with weapons of war.
Appointed with weapons of war.
I know I gotta switch. It's too small.
Okay.
$17.
11. 18 and 11.
Huh. It says, and they went up to pitch at Kirjath Jearim in Judah, wherefore they called that place Mahane Dan, unto this day. Behold, it is behind Karajerim, and they passed thence unto Mount Ephraim, and came unto to the house of Micah.
So now they came back to the house of Micah, right? Read.
Then answered the 5 men that went to spy out of the country of Laish, and said unto their brethren, do ye know that there is in these houses an ephod, and teraphim, and graven image, and a molten image? Now therefore consider what ye have to do. And they turned thitherward, and came to the house of the young men, the Levite, even unto the house of Micah, and saluted him. And the 600 men appointed with their weapons of war, which were of the children of Dan, stood by the entering of the gate.
So they came 5 deep, but they had 600 men with them, right? Read.
And the 5 men that went to spy out of the land went up, and came in thither, and took the graven
They
image,
ran right up in this house, and they took that idol out that house. Read.
and the ephod, and the teraphim, and the molten image, and the priest stood in the entering of the gate with the 600 men that were appointed with weapons of war.
So the Danites said, he's coming with us. He's going to be our priest in the land of Dan, the new land of Dan that we're going to take. And he's going to priest over these idols, right? Read.
It says, then said the priest unto them, what do ye? And they
So
said,
he said, well, the priest, well, what the hell is going on? Read.
and they said unto him, hold thy peace, lay thy hand upon thy mouth, and go with us.
Just be quiet, nigga, and shut up and ride, basically, right? That's what he said. Listen, you don't worry about what we're doing. You just coming with us. Read.
And be to us a father and a priest. It is better for thee to be a priest unto the house of one man.
Go ahead.
Or that thou be a priest unto a tribe and a family in Israel.
Exactly. He said, well, why don't you just be a priest over us instead of just being this nigga's personal damn priest, right? Read.
And the priest's heart was glad, and he took the
So he's
ephod.
like, yeah, I'm gonna be a priest to Dan. Yeah, not just this nigga. I get more money from all of them than 10 shekels from this damn dude anyway. I was broke. That's why I took the damn deal. Go ahead.
That's right. And the teraphim and the graven image, and went in the midst of the people.
Took them idols, and he said, all right, I'm with y'all, right? Go ahead.
Verse 21. So they turned and departed, and put the little ones and the cattle in the carriage before them. And when they were a good way from the house of Micah, the men that were in the house near Micah's house were gathered together and overtook the children of Dan.
So now we got a beef. Now the Ephraimites beefing with the Danites. And they whipped a few of these Danites' ass, right? Read on.
And they cried unto the children of Dan, and turned their faces, and said unto Micah, what aileth thee, that thou comest with such a company?
And so why you bring all these niggas with you? That's the question. Yeah, why we gotta bring people for it? You see what I'm saying, right? Go ahead.
And he said, ye have taken away my gods which I made.
He said, I made. How does that? You have taken away my gods which I have made. That's one of the dumbest sentences. Honestly, really, nigga.
Really, nigga?
I've taken away the gods that you made. That means it's not a god.
Sounds like some kid shit.
You're far more of a god than that goddamn inanimate object that you have, right? You have taken away the gods that I made. I saw.
But the crazy thing is, the Most High told the Levite to tell them that he's going to bless them with this land. And then they turn around and take the idols with them anyway.
Exactly. Which is how you know they're doing it wickedly. That's why it's the beginning of fortune telling and voodoo that he was basically practicing. You see what I'm saying? He's doing voodoo because the tribe of Levi is joined unto the Most High, but it's whether or not they're going to operate on the right or we're going to operate on the left. So if he's operating on the left, he's still joined to the Most High, and he's still going to have power and ability, but it's going to be in wickedness. That's why the voodoo is down there in Haiti. Brothers and I are multiple brothers. I'm going to tell you this. This is crazy. It's hard to believe. I can't believe it. Brothers, you know the story. We heard this in New York.
Which one?
They said, brothers I know that's from Haiti, they said they hadn't seen niggas flying around in Haiti. Huh? Flying around, jumping roof to roof like Superman. You understand what I'm saying? Niggas flying around. That's how deep they're dealing with this black magic of voodoo. You see what I'm saying? And I know it sounds crazy. It was hard for me to believe, but it's like all these people saying it, brothers that I know that's in the truth that's from Haiti, they just gonna make it up. Why a brother in this truth just gonna make up a lie to sound crazy? You see what I'm saying? I was talking to the business, my brother. He said, yeah, come here, get a Levi brother. He said, come here. Did you see? He was like, yeah, man, nigga flying around. This is a heavy, deep, dark spiritual entity you're dealing with, if that's the case. So Levi is either going to be joined on the right or joined on the left. But we're loyal, so we're joined just like Judah. Judah is the praise of the Most High. Meaning what? No matter what Judah does, he's going to excel at it. You see him? Even if he's doing wickedly, he's going to excel in wickedness. You see what I'm saying? That's just the scripture said the Most High gives gifts without repentance. So the spiritual allotment that he's given to all the tribes, we've got it. But it matters if we're going to be righteous with it or wicked with it. That's all that matters. We have the ability. You see what I'm saying? We've been endowed and bestowed with it in the spirit. You see what I'm saying? So he's able to say, "Oh yeah, no, y'all gonna be good," because he's a fortune teller. This dude now, because he's dealing with idols, as opposed to being a righteous priest and saying, you know, because of this. Nah, he's dealing with idols, so he's telling your fortune, right? But go ahead.
It says, and he said, "Ye have taken away my gods which I made, and the priests, and ye are gone away."
You taking away when you done kidnapped my priests and my idols, nigga. Where you going? You trying to touch a Puerto Rican's idol? You out of your damn mind? Go ahead.
It says, "And what have I more? And what is this that ye has? And what is this?"
What verse we at?
24.
Come.
"And what is this that ye say unto me? What aileth thee?" And the children of Dan said unto him,
we have to see. We're reading in Old English. Read this again. I need you to read this one more time. This is a code exchange we're reading about. These niggas is beefing right now. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 24, "And he said, Ye have taken away my gods which I made, and the priests, and ye are gone away. And what have I more? And what is this that ye say unto me, what aileth me?
Said, nigga,
what aileth thee?"
What you talking about? What's wrong with me? Nigga, you just stole my gods. You stole my priests, and you gonna come to me and ask me what's wrong with me? Nigga, what the hell is wrong with you? This is what he said. This is what the Puerto Rican is saying right here, Mike. Right? This is a crazy Puerto Rican. He's got God knows how many razors on him. You see what I'm saying at this point? Right? To eat from daggers and gem stars on them to get ready to cut somebody. But like the brother said, watch this verse. One of my favorite verses in the Bible, verse 25.
God. Everybody in the viewing audience, man, check this next verse.
Yeah, check this next verse out. Check this rap lyric out.
Okay, I'm gonna try to read it as authentic as possible. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 25. "And the children of Dan said unto him."
So the Danites are now responding to this angry Puerto Rican fellow or tribe of Ephraim, brother. Read.
"Let not thy voice be heard among us."
Don't let me find out. Don't let me find out that you feeling some type of way. Don't let me hear that come out of your mouth. Read.
"Lest angry fellows run up on thee."
Lest my niggas run up on you. This is what he's telling them. We will run up on you. Read.
"And thou lose thy life."
And thou lose thy life.
No,
and we kill you.
It's not done.
Right now, watch. Read.
"With the lives of thy household."
And we kill every nigga that you got with you right now. Everybody's dead. And them niggas that you came to. Carcel. Or black people.
That's right. That's right.
I remember the first time I read this, I said, this is a goddamn rap song I just read. Hey, when they got rap lyrics in the Bible. I hear this on every damn song I listen to. Oh no, this is great. This is great. We keep going. Oh yeah. This is a Latin gang war. Yeah, we're reading. We're reading about a Latin gang war right now, all right? MS-13 and the Latin Kings are at it right now. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 26, "And the children of Dan went their way."
And so after saying that, Micah didn't want no problem. He wanted no smoke. He just went on back to the house and chucked that up as an L, right? Go ahead.
"And when Micah saw that they were too strong for him, he turned and went back into his house."
It was 600 men with sword. I'm cool. I'll just go back to the crib, man. I'll find another Haitian. Right? Go ahead. You know?
"And they took the things which Micah had made, and the priests which he had, and came unto Laish, unto the people that were at quiet and secure. And they smote them with the edge of the sword, and burnt the city with fire."
Went there and jacked the city up, killed them, burnt it down, all that Zidonian Hamitic stuff, and built up their city, the city of Dan. Read.
"And there was no deliverer, because it was far from Zidon."
There was nobody there to help them, and they surely don't have God on their side. These Zidonians, right? Read.
"And they had no business with any man.
And
it was in the valley that lieth by Bethrahab, And they built a city and dwelt therein.
They built the city and dwelt therein. Read.
And they called the name of the city Dan, after the name of Dan their father, who was born unto Israel. Howbeit the name of the city was Laish at the first.
All of our cities had a name. When you read in Joshua, it'll tell you a lot of cities' names. Even Jerusalem had a different name when we came in because the Hamites had it. We took all these cities from the Hamites. So when we come in there, we give it a different name, of course, right? Read. Now this verse, you want 30 now?
30.
This is a very important verse. Everybody needs to know about something that's in this verse, okay? And I'm gonna show y'all. Read.
Verse 30. And the children of Dan set up the graven image.
Set up the graven image. Read.
And Jonathan,
read.
The son of Gershom.
This is the priest. Jonathan, the son of Gershom. Read.
The son of Manasseh.
The son of Manasseh. Read.
He and his sons were priests to the tribe of Dan.
Now hold on. It says Jonathan, the son of Gershom, the son of Manasseh. Bayan recall. Is there any priest of the tribe of Levi? I saw you took the notes.
Yeah.
Named Manasseh.
No, that's why I'm looking at this confused.
You're looking at this confused.
Yeah.
Because you never read about a Levite.
So basically,
named
when
Manasseh.
when I'm reading it, I'm thinking, well, at first, what first came to mind, I'm thinking, well, maybe the dude was mixed. Maybe he had that person and this person, like a white person, like a mom and a white mom and a black man. But then it dawned on me that you got to come from your dad. So.
Yes, sir. So who is Gershom?
Gershom, isn't that what is it? One of Aaron's son?
Not Aaron. Somebody close to Aaron.
Eliezer.
Eleazar is Aaron's son.
Right.
So
Wasn't Moses' son?
Moses' son.
Oh yeah.
Gershom.
Okay.
So Moses has a son named Gershom, and then it says the son of Manasseh. Why does it say Manasseh? The Masoretes purposely corrupted this verse in the Bible. How did they corrupt this verse in the Bible?
By associating them with Gershom?
No, by adding an in the word Manasseh. The word for Moses is Mashar. Mashar becomes Manasseh when you add an in. The reason that they purposely corrupted it, when you take a look at the original scrolls, they have a note in it that says that they did this on purpose because they didn't want Moses to be associated with idolatry. So Gershom is Moses' son. Jonathan is a son of Moses and a priest, right? But he's doing it unto idolatry. So the Masoretes, when they are writing this out, they purposely corrupted Moses here, and made it into Manasseh, so people didn't think that any descendant of Moses ever partook in idolatry. All right, but when they did things like this, they made clear notes of it.
And Manasseh's the descendants. Manasseh's descendants of Moses.
No, Manasseh is Moses. What this is supposed to say right here is Moses. But they added an in. This is really Moses. Jonathan, this Levite we're reading about is Moses' great grandson.
Okay, so what you're saying right here is it shouldn't even say that have the tribe Manasseh right here. It should say Moses right there.
It's Moses.
This is why I'm confused why it says Gershom and Manasseh.
Yeah, Gershom, Moses. It says it's just supposed to say Jonathan, Ban, probably Gershom, Ban, Mashah. You see what I'm saying? That's the lineage how it's supposed to read. But they purposely put that in there, which got it translated into English as Manasseh, which really just is Moses. It's Moses, but they jacked that up there purposely so Moses is not associated with idolatry. But that's what happened. His great-grandson, Jonathan, who we've been reading about in 17 and 18, he was an idolatrous priest to Micah the Ephraimite and into the tribe of Dan.
My old sick mind just came up with something like, man, well, that was love that the brother showed. You know what I'm saying? But
Well,
no, that's not love. You know what I'm saying?
That was Esau that did it.
Oh, okay.
Esau did this, but it's not truthful.
Right.
Moses is not being associated with idolatry here. One of his descendants is, just like one of everybody's damn descendants in the Bible, is wicked as hell. At least one of them. You see what I'm saying? You got righteous ones, you got holy ones. So, it's not a problem. We just got to, keep the historical authenticity of it. But my elder brother has shown me this, and it's good to know this because you can take people here and dagger the hell out of them. You have some idiots that'll say that Moses' sons were not priests. This cuts that. It shows you, as long as you know about the corruption there, this tells you Moses, even though also in other places in the Bible it tells you that as well, but it tells you that Moses' sons were priests. All right. And he was in Judah doing this thing in Judah. Then he went wandering, found his way to Mount Ephraim, and then later found his way amongst the tribe of Dan. All right. So keep going at there.
Sons of Moses, and he said and he and his sons were priests to the tribe of Dan until the days of the captivity of the land.
Until the days of the captivity of the land, where they were driven out. Right. So read on. And
they set them up Micah's graven image, which he made all the time that the house of the Most High was in Shiloh.
So they had that image that this Micah made sat up in that place for generations, and they worshiped that image, right?
And they had Yahweh's name on it.
And they had Yahweh's name on it. They were saying that was Yahweh, but it's just an image, right? Moving on to the officer unto the 19th chapter.
Verse 19.
So we're gonna go into a different story now. Read.
And it came to pass in those days when there was no king in Israel, that there was a certain
another
Levite.
time. No, in the book of Judges, the whole book of Judges, there's not a king in Israel. We're in the time of judges. We have judges that reign over us. So we had Gideon, Samson, Ehud. I forget the Zebulonites name. We had different tribes that judged us. Dan, like I said, Zebulon, Ephraim, Benjamin. You see what I'm saying? All were judging us at this time. This is the book of, when you read about the book of Judges, just before Judah's rise to promise Israel. Judah's rise to promise in Israel comes with David. With David comes Judah now is being, even though Judah is prophesied to be the top tribe from the beginning, it hadn't manifested yet. You have various, I don't believe there was any Judite judges in this time. Judah come on the scene in David, and then this is when the exaltation of Judah comes. Right? So go ahead.
It says that there was a certain Levite sojourning on the side of Mount Ephraim.
So you just got Levites, it's just all over the Mount Ephraim. You see what I'm saying? Which happens. You have Haitians that go to Latin American countries. We just talked about all these Haitians coming into Mexico, right? A lot of Haitians over in Dominican Republic, a lot of Haitians in Puerto Rico. You see what I'm saying? A lot of Haitians in Cuba, especially Brazil. You see what I'm saying? We're all over the damn place. Go ahead.
It says, who took him a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah.
He got him a woman.
And his concubine played the whore against him.
And this woman played a whore. So he had this Judite sister that he took to his concubine, to his wife. It's really a wife. It's translated as concubine, but it's really a wife. Because when you look that word up, it just means woman. For whatever reason, they translated it as concubine here. But he took this concubine played the whore, meaning she committed adultery against him, right? So read.
And his concubine played the whore against him and went away from him unto her father's house.
So this bitch, all right, I'm gonna say it. This bitch was played the hoe and cheated on her husband and called herself running on the daddy house. This is what she did, right? This Judite woman. Okay, y'all may have some of these women in your family, know women like this, things of that nature. This poor Haitian brother had to deal with this. Okay, go ahead. Okay, we don't deal with this type of stuff. It's funny, y'all, because your brother Shamar in the camp, Sergeant Shamar, one of his sisters, she's married to a Levite brother. He's straight from the island, right? They have a kid. They named him Levi. So she's married to this Levite brother, and she what am I thinking about? So she tells him that she gonna kick him out the house or something like that. So he calls the brother Shamar's mom, like he just can't understand how this woman thinks she could kick him out of the house where he paid the bills at. This is the struggle of the Judite man every day in America. Levi, on the island, we've never heard of such thing. So he's calling her, I just don't understand how she gonna put. I live there. What is she talking about? He don't get it. It just don't make sense to him. He's not used to dealing with that. Same thing happened in here. This girl went to the club one night and was a hoe. He wasn't used to it. He don't know what's going on. She's ran back to daddy house, right? So read.
Went away from him unto her father's house to Bethlehem, Judah, and was there 4 whole months. And her husband arose and went after her to speak friendly unto her.
So she was there 4 months, and this being a weak lover boy Levite's like, you know what? I want my baby back. So you know what? I'm gonna go on there and I'm gonna speak. She done been a hoe to you, and you gonna go to her and speak kind words to her. You gonna go and try to sweet talk this hoe. That don't even make no sense. But don't worry, the story is gonna get great. Go ahead.
And to bring her again, having his servant with him, and a couple of asses, and she brought him into her father's house.
So he went on to see her over at daddy's house, and he brought his servant with him. And, you know, he went over to stay the night over at daddy's house, right? Read.
And when the father of the damsel saw him, he rejoiced to meet him.
The Judite man was happy to see him. You see, he rejoiced to meet him, right? Read.
And his father-in-law, the damsel's father, retained him.
And
he took a bow with him 3 days. So they did eat and drink.
They kicked it and partied for 3 days. When he got there, he was so happy to see this brother. Her father, he partied with this brother 3 days, right? Read. It was going up, right? Go ahead.
Lodged together. So like,
and lodged together.
It says, and it came to pass on the 4th day, when they arose early in the morning, that he rose up to depart. And the damsel's father said unto his son-in-law, comfort thine heart with a morsel of bread, and afterward go your way. And they sat down.
Eat something, right? Trying to fatten him up, read.
And they sat down and did eat and drink both of them together. For the damsel's father had said unto the man, be content, I pray thee, and tarry all night. So
this dude trying to go up for real. He's
like, man, the party don't stop.
He trying to have damn Mardi Gras all week or something. He's like, look, man, this 4th day, we gonna keep going. You gonna eat, we gonna get drunk. Man, it's going down, right? Couples are there, right? Go ahead. He's a Judite. Hey, man, just go ahead and give me this 40, man. But he's Ciroc and who knows what, right? So go ahead.
And let thine heart be merry.
And be merry, read.
And when the man rose up to depart, his father-in-law urged him. Therefore, he lodged therein.
Another day, Judah tricked him into another day, right? Read on.
He rose early in the morning on the 5th day to depart. And the damsel's father said, comfort thy heart.
Does this nigga stop? This nigga would be on my last nerve right about now. Look, I'm not trying to sit up in your goddamn house, okay? I came out here to get this damn broad and go back to my home. Go ahead.
And they tarried until afternoon, and they did eat both of them. And when the man rose up to depart,
notice it said they did eat both of them. They hadn't drank. There was no drinking today, right? Read.
It says, and when the man rose up to depart, he and his concubine and his servant, his father-in-law, the damsel's father, said unto him, behold, now the day draweth toward even.
It's getting late. Go ahead.
I pray you tarry all night.
Just go ahead and stay the night again. Read.
Behold, the day groweth to an end. Lodge here, that thine heart may be merry.
Get drunk with me again, right? Read.
And tomorrow get you early on your way, that thou mayest go home. But the man would not tarry that night, but he rose up and departed. Levi
said, I'm getting the hell up out of your damn house. I know how you feel. I'll be at my damn in-law house too long. I gotta go, man. I'd get on the damn bus if I had to. Just get me out of here, please. You want to stay? You can stay. I'm out. I can't do it. I can't deal with this too much more. Right, Reed?
He came over against Jebus, which is Jerusalem. And there were with him 2 asses saddled. His concubine also was with him. And when they were by Jebus, the day was far spent. And the servant said unto his master, come, I pray thee, let us turn into this city of the Jebusites and lodge.
Who are the Jebusites? No. Hamites, Canaanites, Jebusites. That's why it's called Jebus. They were the original inhabitants of Jerusalem. So you had Jebusites that were amongst us, okay, and other Canaanite Hamitic people amongst us, right, Reed?
And his master said to him, we will not turn aside hither into the city of a stranger.
Levi said, I'm not going into the city of these damn. Are you kidding me? To hell with them, right, Reed?
That is not of the children of Israel.
He said, I'm not going anywhere that's not of the children of Israel. I'm not going to move to Beverly Hills. Okay, go ahead.
we will pass over to Gibeah.
Uh-huh.
And he said unto his servant, come and let us draw near to one of these places to lodge all night in Gibeah or in Ramah.
Read on.
And they passed on and went their way.
So wait. Gibeah, whose land is that? Benjamin. There you go. They want to go to Jamaica. All right, go ahead.
And they passed on and went their way, and the sun went down upon them when they were by Gibeah, which belonged to Benjamin. Read on. And they turned aside thither to go in and to lodge in Gibeah. And when he went in, he sat him down in a street of the city.
See, read on.
For there was no man that took them into his house to lodge him.
See, he's just sitting in the street waiting for a brother to take him in. But these unhospitable, uncivilized, goddamn Benjamites, nobody was there to take this brother in, man. Nobody. He's out there, his wife out there, his servant, he got asses, and nobody's taking this priest of God in. This is sick. Read.
And behold, there came an old man from his work out of the field at even, which was also of Mount Ephraim.
Which was of Mount Ephraim. This is an Ephraimite brother now. That's in Benjamin. They're saying he's coming out to the Levite to extend hospitality to him. All these Benjamites, and it's the one Ephraimite that's over there. He the one that's got hospitality to the Levite. Go ahead.
He sojourned in Gibeah, but the men of the place were Benjamites. And when he had lifted up his eyes,
this guy's an Ephraimite, but the men that are of this place are Benjamites. This is an Ephraimite that's living in the land of Benjamin, right? They're making sure to emphasize this point. This is where the strangers in the law, when it talks about being kind unto the stranger, it's talking about brothers that's coming from other places, may live amongst your tribe, but they're not from over there. You see what I'm saying? That's the kindness unto the stranger. Go ahead.
When he had lifted up his eyes, he saw a wayfaring man in the street of the city. And the old man said, whither goest thou?
A wayfaring man. What does it mean to wayfare? A wayfarer. Read it again.
It says, and when he had lifted up his eyes, he saw a wayfaring man in the street of the city.
What does that mean, a wayfaring man? Not a bum. We call that vagabond. Vagabond. Wayfaring. No, that's what a bum is, a vagabond. What is a traveler? Seafaring, you're traveling in the sea. Wayfaring, you're faring the way. You're walking in a path. Great point, right? Go ahead.
And the old man said, whither goest thou, and whence comest thou?
Where you going? Where you coming from? Go ahead.
And he said to him, we are passing from Bethlehem, Judah, toward the side of Mount Ephraim. From thence am I. And I went to Bethlehem, Judah, but I am now going to the house of the Most High. And there is no man that receiveth me to house. Yet there is both straw and provender for our asses. And there is bread and wine also for me, and for thy handmaid, and for the young man which is with thy servants. There is no want of anything.
So he's saying, look, I just need a place to crash. I've got everything. I've got the food. I've got the wine. The donkeys is cool. I just need a place to crash. Read.
And the old man said, peace be with thee. Howsoever, let all thy wants lie upon me. Only lodge not in the street.
It was peace be with thee. What did he tell him? What did he tell him? Peace be with thee. What's that?
Shalom.
Shalom. He said, Shalom. Don't worry about none of that. Right? Don't worry about anything. I've got everything in my crib. This is a Puerto Rican house, so you know they're going to feed you and get you drunk. That's without question, right? So go ahead.
So he brought him into his house and gave provender unto the asses.
Uh-huh.
And they washed their feet and did eat and drink.
Uh-huh.
Now as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial.
Sons of Belial. We haven't gone into this in some time. The son of Belial. Who knows what a son of Belial is? Anybody? Take a wild guess. A son of Belial.
The son of like Baal.
No, not Baal.
That's what I was thinking.
A son of Belial just basically means he's an unprofitable son. These are wicked niggas, basically. What we would call today a wicked nigga, or you would say a 2/3. This in Hebrew, they're just calling him useless. You see what I'm saying?
Like hookup.
Yeah. He just boom, and but they're just desperately wicked. You see what I'm saying? These people, these sons of Belial, this is what you would call like a charter. Oh, this nigga's a 2/3. You know what I mean? He's just so damn wicked. He ain't showing no signs of us. He ain't showing no signs of repentance. This nigga's just wicked as hell. These are sons of Belial. This wicked ass niggas that live in your city. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says, he set the house round about and beat at the door.
So they surrounded the crib and they bang on the door. Read.
And spake to the master of the house.
To the Ephraimite. Read.
The old man, saying, bring forth the man that came into thine house.
They said a man came up in here. Bring him forth. Read.
That we may know him.
That what?
That we may know him.
What does it mean to know somebody in the Bible?
They on that?
They on that. These are some what the tribe of Benjamin thought of.
You see, he got up out of here.
Right in time when we reveal his tribe. Right? Yeah. Yes. What they call Batiman around the Benjamin, right? These are who they are. It's a gang of these niggas too. It's a damn prison gang of ass bandits, Benjamites, right?
Grandmama stay,
Yeah.
mama stay,
Right.
your daddy stay.
And what we call amongst the tribe of Levi, Masisi. That's what we call them, all right? Masisi. That's what these are. Faggots, what you guys call them around here, or fuck boys. Okay, right? So go ahead.
It says, and the man, the master of the house, went out unto them and said unto them.
So the Ephraimite come out. Read.
Nay, brethren.
He said, "Look, brothers." Right? Read.
Nay.
La'akim. This is what he said. La'akim. Go ahead.
It says, yeah, nay, my brethren, nay. I pray you, do not so wickedly.
He said, "Listen, I beg you, don't be so damn evil, man. Don't do this wicked thing." Read.
Seeing that this man is coming to mine house.
He said, "This brother is my guest. You're not gonna violate my guest." Read.
It says, do not this folly.
Which folly, there's different levels to folly, different words for folly in the Hebrew. This would be folly as far as iniquity, as you look it up in the Hebrew. Go ahead.
Behold, here's my daughter, a maiden.
He said, "Look, I got this fine young Puerto Rican thing. Bernice Borges in the house." For those of y'all who know who that is, okay? She's in the house right now. Don't worry about this man. I got this fine woman in the house. Read.
And his concubine.
And I got his woman in the house too. Listen here.
He offering
His daughter.
He's offering a virgin.
He's offering his daughter, and he gonna offer his guest women too.
Yes. He gonna say, "Look, listen, don't rape this man. We got at least 2 girls in the house. Don't you want the women?" Right? Go ahead. Mind you, there's no law and order really in Israel at this time, right? So go ahead. But there's going to be law and order in Israel as a result of this situation, as we're gonna see. But go ahead.
It says, them I will bring out now and humble ye them.
He said, "Look, do what you want with them. I got at least have you some girls. If you're gonna do something wicked," he like, "Look, if y'all gonna be evil, at least be evil with some women. Don't be faggots too. Please. Don't be faggots with the tribe of Ephraim called a mamavicho, okay, which is a cocksucker in the Puerto Rican say, okay, mamavicho. That's a mamavicho. That's a Ephraimite slang, right? Go ahead. Or as the Issachar say, hoto, pinchy hoto, right? Trying to say it in all the tribes' languages, right? Go ahead.
And it says, and do with them what seemeth good unto you. But unto this man do not so
look, don't be a faggot. Don't sodomize this brother. Take the women, right? At least. Go ahead.
But the men would not hearken to him.
These faggots was set. These were what's that nigga named Fleece Johnson?
Yeah.
This is Jamaican, 20 Jamaican Fleece Johnsons. Okay. That's how they feeling. No, we don't want them girls. Bernice Borges in the house. And damn, some fine, name any fine Judite woman. You see what I'm saying?
Too many alone.
Too many. Nia Long and Bernice Borges is in the house. Jennifer Lopez and Nia Long, Erica Mena is in the house. You see what I'm saying? And damn, what's baby? Who am I thinking about? Taraji's in the house. He don't want them. They want this Haitian man. This is disgusting. This is disgusting on all levels.
Wyclef.
They want Wyclef Jean. Wyclef Jean is in the house. Give me Wyclef. You sick Jamaican faggots, man. This is the tribe of Benjamin. This is what we can always, this is a trump card for the tribe of Benjamin. You getting a tribal war with Benjamin. Say, what the hell is going on with these Batiman I'm reading about in the book of Judges? This is absolutely disgusting what we're reading about in the book of Judges. Right? Tribe of Benjamin, little Benjamin, they call him because of this story. Go ahead.
So the man took his concubine and brought her forth unto them.
So Levi said, look, mind you, what did this whole story begin with? What did the story begin with? No. That's a different story. It's a new Levi. What did the story begin with? No. Come on.
His woman cheating on him.
She committed adultery.
Right.
Yeah.
This nigga said, you can have the hoe. Y'all have the hoe. You see what I'm saying? Y'all can have Taraji. She's been creeping on me. Anyway, what should be happening to this girl? She should be stoned anyway.
Yeah.
So he just give her up anyway. You know what? Just take the Most High don't want me to have this bitch. Take her. Right? Go ahead.
They knew her.
And they, what did that mean?
They took her down.
They took her down. They took that woman down. Read.
And abused her.
And they, meaning what? They raped this girl.
Yeah.
They didn't just, she didn't just let these niggas run a train. They raped this girl. Right? Read.
All
night they raped this girl. Read. And who knows what type of sick debauchery they did. Right? Read.
Until the morning.
Until the break of dawn, this girl got raped. These disgusting homosexual Benjamites, they were like, all right, we'll take her, you know, and rape the girl until the break of dawn. This Judite girl. Go ahead.
And when the day began to spring.
And when the day began to spring, read.
They let her go.
They let her go. Right? Read.
Then came the woman in the dawning of the day.
And
fell down at the door of the man's house.
She fell down at the door of this Ephraimite's house. Read.
Where her Lord was.
Who is her Lord? Her husband. That's another precept to prove your husband is your Lord. Women, right? Read.
So there was light. And her Lord rose up in the morning and opened the doors of the house.
So here come Wycliffe creeping about the crib. He opened the door. Read.
And went out to go his way. And behold, the woman, his concubine, was fallen down.
So he see baby on the ground, laid out, right? Read.
At the door of the house. And her hands were upon the threshold.
Meaning she couldn't make it to the door. She's crawling to the door and she stopped right at the door. She couldn't make it any further. Read.
And he said to her, up and let us be going.
He's like, all right, man, come on. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But none answered.
But she ain't say nothing. Read.
Then the man took her up upon an ass. And the man rose up and got him unto his place.
So he took her. She's dead. You see what I'm saying? They raped her to death. They raped this girl. They raped her to death. Honestly, what probably happened is they probably sticking all type of things in her orifices to where they cause some internal bleeding. That to me, that's got to be what happened. Some internal bleeding happened in this young girl because of the abuse that they gave her, and she died, which she was supposed to be put to death, granted, through stoning, right? Not through raping to death. This is not a form of execution that's ordained in the law. So this is not righteous. She is supposed to die for being a whore, but she's not supposed to get raped to death. That's not righteous. So go ahead.
Yeah, you would say that was a judgment.
It wasn't, ultimately, it was a judgment upon her for her wickedness, but we know the Most High judgment. Give me that 2 Ezra 5:42 out, so we can understand how the Most High judgment works.
Book of 2 Ezra, chapter 5, verse 42. It says, and he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring.
The Most High judgment is likened unto a ring. Read on.
Like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first.
So what's going around is coming around. So she got what she deserved in a death, but that doesn't make the people that perpetrate. Just like if you deserve to die, but somebody kills you who is not justified in killing you, that's your judgment, but this person has now garnered the judgment upon himself. You see that? Give me Job 4:7 real quick as well. So if you committed adultery against this brother over here, but I kill you through a different motivation, that's your judgment, but I still murdered you, so I am guilty and I have something coming from ESR.
So what about when the race war started and all the tribes rise up and start knocking Esau down.
Esau, there's not Esau. You can kill him. Not telling you to kill him, right? Of course. Just as we gotta clarify for the brothers. Okay, we'll just go start killing Esau. You know, some brothers just is gung ho. You see what I'm saying? But in that time, you brothers is gonna get down how they get down. Esau has it coming to him. As a people, they have something coming to them. Amongst us, you got to have a charge on somebody to say he's worthy of death to put him to death. You see what I'm saying? With your brother. You see what I'm saying? We're at war with another people. That's different. You see what I'm saying? Right? So go ahead with Job.
Book of Job, chapter 4, verse 7.
Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent.
Whoever perished being innocent. So that's a judgment on this person that's perishing, though the person that caused them to perish may not be just in what they did. They're then heaping another judgment onto themselves, but ultimately it's the Most High's judgment working in a circle. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Or where were the righteous cut off?
Where were the righteous? She wasn't righteous. So she died. She's wicked. She's an adulterous whore, right? But the men that killed her in the fashion that they killed her is unrighteous. Because if you are to kill an adulteress, you have to bring the man that she committed adultery with. And that man, that Levite, it's up to him whether or not the judgment go out. He said, okay, I'm get them both. If he wanted to forgive one, what does that mean? That means that man is off the hook for that adultery. They're both equal participants in the act. They both either die together or live together. You see what I'm saying? The Most High decided that this woman died. Right? So read. Go back to that in Job. Judges.
This is Judges 19 and 29. And when he was come into his house, he took a knife and laid hold on his concubine.
It's not the knife is how they translated it down on the island. We use something called a machete. You're familiar with a machete? A knife is not going to do what he's getting ready to do. He took out a machete. Read.
And divided her.
He divided her, meaning what he could begin to cut this woman limb from limb. Read.
Together with her bones into 12 pieces.
He cut this girl up into 12 pieces. Read.
And sent her into all the coast of Israel.
Sent her to every tribe in Israel. Sent a piece of her to every tribe. Read.
And it was so that all that saw it said.
Imagine this. You get a package. Oh, this brother, man, Levite from Ephraim, he sent me a package when he opened it up. And it's a body part in there. You see what I'm saying? Read.
There was no such deed done nor seen from the day that the children of Israel came up out of the land of Egypt.
All the wickedness our people that did and seen, when they saw those body parts of that girl and they heard the account of what happened, they said there has never been such evil that's been done amongst our people. Now you hear stories about this. Girl getting raped to death, 20 niggas raping some girl somewhere. You see what I'm saying? You hear about this. This was something we've never heard about at this time. It's a disgusting thing. They're saying, man, this is horrible. Right, read? It
says, unto this day, consider of it, take advice, and speak your minds.
So he's writing that letter. He's saying, look, we need to have a national council. We need to come together as a nation and discuss what the hell we're going to do about this. Read? Because this is a damn problem, this type of evil. This is the type of evil that the Most High will not tolerate. Read.
Judges 20:1. Then all the children of Israel went out, and the congregation was gathered together as one man, from Dan even to Beersheba.
Meaning we came together as one man. We came together in pure union as a nation. Read.
With the land of Gilead unto the Lord in Mizpah. And the chief of all the people, even of all the tribes of Israel, presented themselves in the assembly of the people.
Every chief of every tribe came and presented themselves. Read.
400,000 footmen that drew sword.
We had 500,000, an army of 500,000 damn near. Right, read.
Now the children of Benjamin.
The water.
It says, now the children of Benjamin heard that the children of Israel were gone up to Mizpah.
Meaning they didn't have an invite to the party because they were the culprits. So they heard about this council. Read.
Then said the children of Israel, tell us how was this wickedness? And the Levite, the husband of the woman that was slain, answered and said, I came into Gibeah that belonged to Benjamin, I and my concubine to lodge. And the men of Gibeah rose against me. and beset the house round about upon me by night, and thought to have slain me, and my concubine have they forced that she is dead.
Have they raped to death a sword?
So this verse, when they're talking about they came to slay him, that means they came to have sex with him, right?
Well, he's saying slay.
So he's trying to clean it up.
They came, yeah, really, he almost is trying to clean it up. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, to be honest, he's probably looking at it like the way they did my concubine.
Yeah, they
how was
wanted
it
to
going?
do me
How was
in.
it going to do me?
They was gonna do me in too.
You know,
Exactly.
I wouldn't have came back from that. You know what I'm saying? Dude.
But in
I'd
the
have gave
story,
up the ghost.
it said that he gave her up, right?
Yeah, he gave her up. Yes.
So he did change it up a little bit to say, well, they came to slay me, but then they took her.
Right.
But they came to have sex with you, and then turn around. You said, nah, take her.
Yeah, he did switch the style.
So that was
a little
wicked
bit.
right there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, we're gonna see what happens, right? It's a very interesting story.
Story gets better.
Yeah.
And I took my concubine and cut her in pieces and sent her throughout all the country of the inheritance of Israel, for they have committed lewdness and folly in Israel. Behold, ye are all children of Israel. Give here your advice and counsel. And all the people arose as one man, saying,
Everybody agreed on what they getting ready to say. Read on.
we will not any of us go to his tent, neither will we any of us turn into his house. But now this shall be the thing which we will do to Gibeah. We will go up by lot against it, and we will take 10 men of 100 throughout all the tribes of Israel, and 100 of 1,000, and 1,000 out of 10,000, to fetch victuals for the people, that they may do when they come to Gibeah of Benjamin, according to all the folly that they have wrought in Israel.
So he said we're going to take an elite group of every tribe, assemble them together, and have them to go to war against the Benjamites. Right, read?
So all the men of Israel were gathered against the city, knit together as one man. And the tribes of Israel sent men through all the tribes of Benjamin, saying,
So because what do we have to do? What is the law on going to war with another people? You have to first declare peace unto the people. And if they insist on not having peace with you, then you kill everything. You see what I'm saying? That's how the Most High do it. Give them a chance. If they don't want the chance, kill everybody. The dog, the cat. Only people you can spare is who? The women who have not known men. Virgin women, so to speak. You can spare women who have not known men. Outside of that, everybody gotta go. Everybody's dead. That's how the Most High told us to get in, right? So go ahead.
What's the basis of making peace? Like when you go and you say, okay, is it just say, let's make peace?
Would you declare peace? You declare, listen, we want to have peace with you. We don't want to have to go to war with you. We would rather try to find some type of other resolution to whatever problem we have. If they don't want to take it, they're being unreasonable.
So that's what you got.
I was thinking that they reason with him was like, we don't really want to do this to y'all, but the ones that did this to this girl,
we need them. Well, if the Monster Cody give the story how the ETG and the Roman 60 beef, and that's exactly how it happened. When they was the ETG and the Roman 60 nigga, they was catching the head up, a nigga who just got put on Roman 60. ETG came out, shot the nigga from 6-0, killed him. So 6-0 niggas came to the A-Train Gangster Park and said, look, I just want to do, but like the Monster Teller, he said he just got put on. We don't even know him. You know, we don't know where the nigga's at. So of course they're gonna interpret it as you niggas is lying. A gang fight broke out, and as he said, since 1979, we've been in a non-stop war with the Roman 60. You see what I'm saying? So as you see, we even operate like that. All right, look, just give me him. We've been cool. We're all supposed to be Crips together. You give me him. We're gonna do what we do with him, and everything will be square between us. They couldn't do it. You see what I'm saying? Not because they didn't want to do it, they weren't willing to do it, because they didn't even know enough about this dude to give them any information on the dude. He just thinks he's riding for his hood, shooting at people. So this then engulfs a war. Similar situation here. Just give me the guys. You don't want to give them up? All right, well, then we're going to have to go to war. It literally is the same situation, just on a larger scale here in the Bible, right? Between 11 tribes versus 1. Yeah, so
Yeah, I was gonna say like, so that would be able to be applied to Esau. Like, listen, we coming to you. If you guys can, we want the land. We want to be compensated for the labor, for the for the stolen. Real quick, for the stolen treasures, and then for the blood.
Yeah,
but see, what makes that different is this is an entirely different situation, because that's when you come to besiege a city. You have already been being besieged for 500 years.
Right.
There's already war being waged against you. At this point, you're not declaring war on anybody. You're fighting back. This is what makes them situations different. But let's say if we was over here and Esau's over there, and Esau did some messed up stuff, and then we're not at war though. You see what I'm saying? Then you would do that. All right, we want to be all this restored, and it can be all good. With Esau now though, because they've been waging war against us at this point,
we already in war.
We at war totally.
You got something? The land can't be healed unless it's by their blood.
The blood. That's why he said it. I want the land to be healed, meaning I want your blood spilled.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, Carcel. That's true too, but also just with anybody in general, that war rule applies. We're always supposed to initially seek peace with the people. If they don't want peace, just like any logical brother would deal. Listen, we got a couple issues. This can be solved another way, but if it has to go there, then we're ready and willing to take it wherever the hell it has to go. But let's maybe try to seek a different solution. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we're supposed to do it with everybody, because we're supposed to be a peaceable people. But once they want war, then we go all out.
That's like everybody within the 12 tribes.
No, that's what every nation. Every nation we're supposed to be peaceable with, unless of course they're not being peaceable with us. Soon as you're not peaceable with us, you have something coming to you. The problem is every nation on earth has not been peaceful. Every nation has waged war against us. Every nation has enslaved us. Every nation has done all these things. So now we have free range to fight back against the nations. So when the time comes to where the Most High raises up the army of Israel to go and fight the nations, we already have a justifiable cause to go to war with everybody, because everybody has already began war against us. It's already started. Name me a nation. Give me that in 1 Maccabees 2:10 real quick. So this scripture right here is the justification to go to war with any nation on the planet Earth that's not an Israel.
So how close do you think we are to for it to bust, for it to go full-fledged, like all over?
It's hard to say. You got a situation brewing right now with Russia and America alleging that Russia hacked the election. This is going on right now. What that could do, might do, I'm not sure. I'm skeptical about the whole situation. You see my post on Facebook. I'm skeptical about the whole situation. But what this could do is prompt Obama extending or going into a third term. That's possible. I don't know how likely that is, but it's possible. We'll see. It's the new year, so they like to pass bills. They like to do a lot of things around this time. So we have to be paying very close attention to what's going on, because this is where they do a lot of wickedness. And then we wake up in 2016 and we're in a new America. You see what I'm saying?
He already said just last week or a couple of days ago that if I would have ran against him, I think I could have won again. You know what I'm saying? If they allow me to run again.
He said that?
Yes.
Well, this is the thing. This could be getting into a real tricky and sticky situation, because if they can prove there was tampering with vote counting, there of course has to be a new election.
Yes,
in the interim of the new election, he's going to remain president. You see what I'm saying? But he can also do what? Enact the state of martial law, because they're getting ready to kick out, or I want to say that the Russian diplomats had 72 hours to leave. So if the Russian diplomats have 72 hours to leave, they can say, well, we have to go into martial law because we're in fear of Russia reacting adversely to us exiling all their diplomats that's here. So, I mean, it could go a variety of ways. We just really going to have to wait and see.
Dictatorship, he stays in power.
He stays in power. How long that'll happen, we don't know. Are they going to, because it's like, okay, we've all came to grips with, they're going to put Trump in office. Trump is getting ready to assume office. But now it's like, well, are they really going to let Trump get into office? Was this all a game this whole time? Was all a hoax? Was this all a damn psyop? You know what I mean? I don't know. You see what I'm saying? So it's when I read that first article that I read in regards to this whole hacking situation, everything just seems funny. The fact that anybody will really believe that the Russians hacked the voting, what motivation would the Russians have? The Russians want to go to war with America. So if you claim that Donald Trump has a cool relationship with the Russians and the Russians hacked the election for the purpose of cooling tensions, they don't want to cool tensions. They want to go to war. So it wouldn't make sense for them to hack the election in favor of Trump, who Putin is cool with. You see what I'm saying? It just, so the whole thing is sticky. So, you know, ain't no telling, you know what I mean? Maybe within the next year or two, maybe not. You know, we never know. All of a sudden we can wake up in 2017 and something crazy happens off the gate, some new legislation, some martial law, some whatever, and everything stops. So this thing could happen tomorrow. It could happen in a year or 2 or 3 from now. You know what I mean? We're just not sure. We know we're living in a time where we're drawing nigh to this time, but because we see from the point of view of a man and not the Most High, you know, we can't gauge the length of time, whether it's going to be 3 years or 2 years. To the Most High, all of this time is short, but to us, this is a lengthy time, and it's hard, and we're struggling. We wake up every day, and we're in it. We just want it to be over. You see what I'm saying? It's like if you're in jail, you outside, time is flying. You in jail, you count. You got the days scratched out. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get out of jail. This is how we're feeling in America. The Most High is sitting up looking at this like these are mere seconds on the clock. You see what I'm saying? So that's that's why we can't really gauge it. You see what I'm saying? But is a war coming? Most definitely. Is Trump gonna get in? We'll see. We'll see if they say the election was rigged and they can get a recount. There's gonna be a recount. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard to say. Well, we just gonna have to wait and see. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting through the spirit. That just sounds so unlikely.
The election is fake anyway, because they tell you
they select people.
They tell you go in here and you vote for somebody and don't tell nobody who you voted for, and we gonna count the votes. I don't trust you any man. It's rigged. Because
I want to say they just said the Russians just hacked something else too. Like earlier this month, Shamar was telling me they said the Russians was hacking something else too.
How long did it take them to figure out that they hacked them?
I guess they had allegedly been saying that and covering their track. So my thing is, if Russia hacked it, why would they be dumb enough to let you find their way back to it? You see what I'm saying? And that's why it doesn't seem likely. But having that knowledge, though, having the knowledge that they are the best hackers, it may be easy to pin something on them. It's like a shooting happened. These niggas over here is always shooting at people. So it must have been them. They shoot everybody. You see what I'm saying? So this could be the game they're playing. And Americans, you know, the average American is used to eating so much propaganda up in the first place that they'll just say, okay, well, Obama said it was the Russians. So yeah, the Russians rigged the election. You see what I'm saying? But this also could prompt a race war. Just this whole situation. Because them gung-ho crackers that supported Trump, they know something's up. They know they're looking at it like, this is my savior, and they're trying to stop him from being my president. I
just went to this little gun store before we came here, right? I'm the only Israelite in there of our color.
Mm-hmm.
They looking at me like looking at the person that's selling the gun like, don't sell this nigga a gun. Don't sell him nothing.
Yeah, we're looking to go up against him.
Yeah, and it's not even like a spot where you can buy the guns. You got to buy the parts and put it together.
For real.
So they in there buying a whole bunch of stuff, putting stuff together, and they looking like, don't sell him nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
We want it all.
Yeah, they see that because they're getting ready to go to war with us.
Yeah, they ready.
I told you, you know, they just passed that new rifle law. For anyone like, I think it's like an AR-15 or equivalent. Like you can't buy them no more in California.
Mm-hmm.
So my boy was trying to get an AK-47, and I think it was like December 20th was the last day that you was able to buy it. because the law would pass on the 1st, and it's like a 10-day wait period or something. You got to, yeah, that's what everybody was saying, but he was trying to, you know, have one legit in town. He said he went to the store. A dude had just bought 15 of them. Just bought 15 AKs straight out.
Ready.
They ready.
Yeah, they ready.
Like, that's crazy. What you gonna do with 15 AK but to store it? Okay.
Kill a whole lot of
buddies.
You're right. You're
kill
right.
a whole bunch of niggers.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 15 AKs at what, like at least a band apiece? Come on, man.
They can't catch no fade.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah, there's no head up.
But the thing is, this is the whole thing. It's easy to have a gun, but do you have the mindset to put that work in like that?
Well,
White boys-
I'm gonna tell you, Esau do.
White boys, I wouldn't doubt it. Yes.
Because his blessing on the world is in the earth is to kill people. That's what he's put on that earth.
I told my lawyer, little ass Edomite, probably like.
Oh yeah,
5'5".
oh God.
Yeah, I've been saying it on.
Little motherfucker walked by, right? He's with his grandfather, just looking like the devil he is.
That's right.
Tells his grandfather, I wish all the adults were dead, so all the kids can do whatever they want to do.
This is what a young white kid is thinking. He's thinking about genocide on adults. A white child is raised up thinking about who can I genocide? What people are pissing me off? Adults. I can't do what I want. I need everybody over the age of 18 dead. This is genocide of billions. That's what a white child is thinking about. Black child is trying to be Michael Jordan and LeBron James. White child wants to be Adolf Hitler.
Wicked.
You see what I'm saying?
Genetics.
Wicked genetics. That's what it is. You see what I'm saying? So that's they're a sociopathic race. They're a race of sociopaths who don't care or feel for anybody. Period. You know what I mean? They'll just kill. And there's nothing like remember what's that movie? Half Past Dead. Remember, and they had what's my man? Morris Chestnut in there talking about, I'm a sociopath. I can kill everybody in this room and not feel bad. That's not, when did you, a black man don't even talk like that. Nigga don't, you know what I'm saying? That's what a white man would say. You know, you might have some Negroes that will kill somebody and not give a damn about it. That's true, but nigga ain't gonna just say, I'm a sociopath. I'll kill everybody in this room and not care. Like, you gonna say something like that? That's just a weird ass statement to make. Like, what's wrong with you?
God.
You see what I'm saying? But you know, that's Esau. So we're drawing nigh, and that's why it's important for us to get into the word, because this is what's going to help us the most. Getting spiritually built in this time is going to help towards that physical battle, help prepare us for the physical battle that is to come, because it is to come. It's coming for sure. It says it right there when it says, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. It's talking to us. We are the battle axe and the weapons of war of the Most High. So knowing that, a lot of us ain't been to combat, not no way like some of these Edomites have, and have the training and the skills and all them various things. So with that, you got some niggas ain't got no damn aim. You see what I'm saying? He'll come and shoot at you, but he's not gonna hit anybody. You see what I'm saying? So there's gonna have to be a spiritual aspect of spiritual ability the Most High is gonna have to give us in that time. Psalm 144:1, David said, the Lord teaches my hands to war. This is gonna happen spiritually, but he's gonna give it unto men that are worthy of it, the ones that made the effort. Now, I need my hands to war to take and spill the blood and dance in the blood of our enemy. It says, we shall dance in the blood and our dogs shall drink the blood of our enemy. That's what it said. So this is going to happen, and it's going to be by our hands. Whoever the men that represent the Most High are, it's going to be in the hands of the elect. You see what I'm saying? But let's finish that out.
Judges 20:12. And the tribes of Israel sent men throughout all the tribes of Benjamin. It says, saying, what wickedness is this that is done among you? Now therefore deliver us the men, the children of Belial, which are in Gibeah, that you may put them to death, that we may put them to death, and put away evil from Israel.
Right? Who said, look, exactly. Just give us them, and it'll be all good. Read.
But the children of Benjamin would not hearken to the voice of their brethren, the children of Israel. But the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together out of the cities unto Gibeah to go out to battle against the children of Israel. And the children of Benjamin were numbered at that time out of the cities 26,000 men that drew sword, besides the inhabitants of Gibeah, which were numbered 700 chosen men. Among all this people, there were 700 chosen men left-handed. Everyone could sling stone. Everyone could sling stones at a hair's breadth and not miss.
Meaning these were marksmen. They're gonna hit you. Right? Go ahead.
And the men of Israel, besides Benjamin, were numbered 400,000 men that drew sword. All these were men of war. Verse 18, and the children of Israel rose and went up to the house of the Most High and asked counsel of the Most High and said, which of us shall go up first to the battle against the children of Benjamin? And the Lord said, Judah shall go up first.
Judah gonna ride first, right? Oh, listen, you taking pride, right? Read the rest of the story. Hey, that was him on it for like, yeah, Judah, we going in. Then here come these Benjamites.
What he said? Yeah, correct. Verse 19, and the children of Israel rose up in the morning and encamped against Gibeah. And the men of Israel went out to battle against Benjamin. And the men of Israel put themselves in array to fight against them at Gibeah. And the children of Benjamin came forth out of Gibeah and destroyed down to the ground.
Destroyed down to the ground, Judah. They came. See, this is where Benjamin can get the bragging, but we whipped all of y'all ass. Go ahead.
Down to the ground of the Israelites that day, 22,000 men.
22,000 men dead. Right? Go ahead. This is a horrible fight.
And the people, the men of Israel, encouraged themselves and set their battle
They had
again.
to get a new, they had to have a huddle and say, no, we're going to get these niggas this time. We ain't going to die like the last ones. Go ahead.
In array, in the place where they put themselves in array the first day. And the children of Israel went up and wept before the Lord even until
they had
even.
to go seek Yahweh. Please, Yahweh, please, please, please. Wept to him, read.
And asked counsel of the Lord, saying, shall I go up again to battle against the children of Benjamin,
Should we
my
go
brother?
again? All right, read.
And the Lord said, go up against him.
Well, go, fight. Right, read.
And the children of Israel came near against the children of Benjamin the second day. And Benjamin went forth against them out of Gibeah the second day and destroyed down to the ground the children of Israel again, 18,000 men.
We're talking about this is 40,000 men dead now. Benjamin has killed 40,000 men in 2 days, and the Most High told them to go and fight. Why would the Most High tell them to go and fight if they were going to lose? Judgment. These 40,000 men that dead, they deserve judgment. The Most High gave them a judgment. Right? Go ahead.
Then all the children of Israel and all the people went up and came up to the house of the Most High and wept and sat there before the Lord, fasted that day until even.
They said they're going to fast now, and they sacrificing. Well, we got to win. Right, read.
And peace offerings before the Lord. And the children of Israel inquired of the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days.
So they had the ark. So they go into the Levites, acquiring to the Lord at the ark, right? Read.
And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, stood before it in those days, saying, shall I yet again go out to battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother?
This is how they asked the time before, too. They're going to the ark, and they're asking the high priest to seek the Lord at the ark of the covenant. So he asks again, read.
Or shall I cease? And the Lord said, go up, for tomorrow I will deliver them into thine hand.
He said, all right, go up this time, and this time y'all gonna win. This time now. The third time, read.
And Israel set liars. Liars, is that liars?
I think it's liars.
All right.
What is it?
Liars, yes, liars. Liars, liars. And Israel set liars in wait round about Gibeah. And
so now they're using tactics. This is guerrilla warfare they're raging now. They then went head up, lost 2 days in a row. Now they're using guerrilla tactics. Liars in wait, meaning they're hiding out. Right, read?
And the children of Israel went up against the children of Benjamin on the third day and put themselves in array against Gibeah as at other times. And the children of Benjamin went out against the people and were drawn away from the city.
So they drew them out. This is a trick. They're going out to war. They done killed 40,000 men. So they feeling themselves. So they're chasing because they're further away from the city. They've drawn them out from the city. Now what happens?
And they began to smite of the people and kill. And at other times in the highways, of which one goeth up to the house of the Most High, and the other to Gibeah in the field, about 30 men of Israel.
And
And
they only killed 30 men this time, not 40,000, 30 people now. Read.
And the children of Benjamin said, "They are smitten down before us as at the first." But the children of Israel said,
so they feeling themselves, look, yeah, we whooping their ass again, right? Read.
It said, "Let us flee and draw them from the city unto the highways."
So we're running away from them, so they'll chase us, right? Read.
And all the men of Israel rose up out of their place and put themselves in array at Baal Tamar, and the liers in wait of Israel came forth out of their places.
So here come the ones that was creeping. Now they popped up. Now they surrounded them, right? Ambush. Read.
Even out of the meadows of Gibeah, and there came against Gibeah 10,000 chosen men.
Here come 10,000 of the most elite fighters that were left. Read.
Out of all Israel.
And of all the tribes. Read.
And the battle was sore.
And the battle was sore, meaning Benjamin got their ass whooped this time. Right? Read. But it was battle was sore. I mean, this was a hell of a battle, hell of a fight. Read.
But they knew not that evil was near them. And the Lord smote Benjamin before Israel, and the children of Israel destroyed of the Benjamites that day 25,000 and 100 men.
25,100 men of Benjamin dead in this battle. Read.
All these drew the sword.
All of them were their men of war, right? Read.
So the children of Benjamin saw that they were smitten. For the men of Israel gave place to the Benjamites, because they trusted unto the liers in wait, which they had set beside Gibeah. Verse 37. And the liers in wait hasted and rushed upon Gibeah, and the liers in wait drew themselves along, and smote all the city with the edge of the sword.
So now they done killed 25,000 men. Now they're going into the city and they're killing everyone in the city. Read.
Now there was an appointed sign between the men of Israel and the liers in wait, that they should make a great flame with smoke, rise up out of the city. And when the men of Israel were tired in the battle, Benjamin began to smite and kill of the men of Israel about 30 persons.
So the sign was they was going to let that smoke go up. You know, the smoke signals. Gad did it. Levi did it during the rebellion on the island as well. A smoke signal to let you know, okay, we came in here, we done killed these dudes. Everything is all good, right? Read.
For they said, surely they are smitten down before us, as in the first battle. But when the flame began to arise out of the city with the pillar of smoke, the Benjamites looked behind them, and beheld the flame of the city ascended up to the heavens. And when the men of Israel turned again, the men of Benjamin were amazed, for they saw that evil was come upon them. Therefore they turned their backs before the men of Israel unto the way of the wilderness, but the battle overtook them.
So they tried to run, but they got caught. Read.
And them which came out of the cities, they destroyed in the midst of them. Thus they enclosed the Benjamites round about, and chased them, and trod them down with ease over against Gibeah towards the sunrise. And there fell of Benjamin 18,000 men. All of these men were of valor, and they were turned and fled toward the wilderness unto the rock of Rimmon, and they gleamed of them in the highways 5,000 men, and pursued hard after them unto Gittim, and they slew 2,000 men of them.
So they killed another 2,000. Read. We're talking about 27,000 bodies here. All right, go ahead.
So that all which fell that day of Benjamin were 25,000 men that drew sword. All these were men of valor. But 600 men turned and fled to the wilderness unto the rock Rimmon.
So you had 600 Benjamites who had fled into this wilderness to this rock, right? Read.
And abode in the rock of Rimmon 4 months.
They for 4 months they sitting in this rock. 600 men. Read.
All the men of Israel turned again upon the children of Benjamin, and smote them with the edge of the sword, as well the men of every city as the beast, and all that came to hand. Also they set on fire all the cities that they came to.
So let's go to the next one, and we're gonna finish out with the next chapter. Yash.
This is Judges 21 from the top. Now the men of Israel had sworn in Mizpeh, saying, there shall not any of us give his daughter unto Benjamin to wife.
So everybody that was alive at that time said, we're not giving our daughter to a Benjamite. Read.
And the people came to the house of the Most High, and abode there till even before the Most High. It says, and lifted up their voices and wept sore. and said, O Most High, power of Israel, why is this come to pass in Israel, that there should be today one tribe lacking in Israel?
So now our people are being compassionate. They're saying, damn, we have taken the tribe of Benjamin down to 600 men. That's all that's left. 600 dudes. This is horrible. You know, Lord, look what we done did. We done killed almost all of them. Right? Read.
It says, and it came to pass on the morrow that the people rose early and built there an altar and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. And the children of Israel said, who is there among all the tribes of Israel that came not up with the congregation unto the Most High?
So they're saying, okay, who didn't come? Who's not here? What family or tribe of Israel is not represented here? Right? Read.
For they had made a great oath concerning him that came not up to the Most High to Mizpah, saying, he shall surely be put to death.
So they said, we're going to kill whoever didn't come up here, right? So read.
And the children of Israel repented them for Benjamin their brother, and said, there is one tribe cut off from Israel this day.
Read.
How shall we do for wise for them that remain?
He said, what are we going to do? It's only 600 of them. If they don't have no women, the tribe of Benjamin is going to cease to exist, right? Read.
Seeing we have sworn by the Most High that we will not give them of our daughters to wives.
So we done made an oath. If we break the oath, we're going to have to deal with the Most High judgment for breaking the oath. So what are we there in the conundrum here? What are we going to do about this Benjamite situation, right? Read.
And they said, what one is there of the tribes of Israel that came not up to Mizpah to the Most High? And behold, there came none to the camp of Jabesh Gilead.
Jabesh Gilead. Jabesh Gilead. Didn't nobody come from Jabesh Gilead, a city in Judah? Read. I believe.
To the assembly, for the people were numbered, and behold, there were none of the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead there. And the congregation sent thither 12,000 men of the
valiantest,
and commanded them, saying, go and smite the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead with the edge of the sword, with the women and the children.
So because they vowed that, say, anybody that didn't come up, they got to die, because they didn't come and run with us to do this, right? Read.
And this is the thing that ye shall do. Ye shall utterly destroy every male and every woman that hath lain by man. And they found among the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead 400 young virgins.
400 young virgins. Read.
That had known no man by lying with any male.
So they had never had sex. Read.
And they brought them unto the camp to Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan. And the whole congregation sent some to speak to the children of Benjamin that were in the rock of Rimmon, and to call peaceably unto them. And Benjamin came again at that time, and they gave them wives, which they had saved alive of the women of Jabesh Gilead, and yet so they
sufficed them not.
Sufficed them not, Salah.
Right? Why? Because it's there was 400 girls, but there's 600 men here. Right? Read.
And the people repented them for Benjamin, because that the Most High had made a breach in the tribes of Israel. Then the elders of the congregation said, how shall we do for wives for them that remain?
So they said, what are we going to do about the rest? There's 200 more men that need women, right? Read.
Seeing the women are destroyed out of Benjamin, and they said there must be an inheritance for them that be escaped of Benjamin, that a tribe be not destroyed out of Israel. Howbeit, we may not give them wives of our daughters, for the children of Israel have sworn, saying, cursed be he that giveth a wife to Benjamin. Then they said, behold, there is a feast of the Most High in Shiloh yearly in a place which is on the north side of Bethel, on the east side of the highway that goeth up from Bethel to Shechem, and on the south of Lebanon.
Lebanon. I'm Lebanese, guys.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead.
Wow. It says, therefore.
See, our people was in Lebanon, nigga. What's wrong with you? Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's it. Therefore, they commanded the children of Benjamin, saying, go and lie in wait in the vineyards.
So they said, look, it's a feast, right, that they have in this particular place. Go and lie in wait in the vineyards. Read.
And see, and behold, a the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance.
The daughters of
dances.
Shiloh are going to come out to dance. Going to be dancing, them daughters of Shiloh. Read.
Then came ye out of the vineyards, and catch you every man his wife of the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin.
He said, catch them, your wives, and take them back home. Okay? Go and catch these girls who are out there dancing and take them back home to be your wives. Read.
And it shall be, when their fathers or their brethren come unto us to complain.
Because they're going to come to complain. Why? You got rapist camp. Everybody knows who they are. They'll go to this scripture and say, like, act like this justifies them raping and forcing girls to have sex with them. As it's number one, they caught every man their wife. Meaning, does that mean they're raping these girls in the field? With it? Of course not. They're grabbing them and then taking them back to Benjamin. But watch. Read it again, 22.
It says, and it shall be, when their fathers or brethren come unto us to complain.
Why are they going to come to complain? Because this is not right what's going on. So that's why they're naturally going to come and complain. If this was okay, if this was an acceptable practice, they're not going to come and complain about anything, right? Read.
That we will say unto them.
And they're going to say unto these people when they come to complain, right? Read.
Be favorable unto them for our sake.
Listen, for our sakes, let it go. We know it ain't right, but let it go, because this was just the best we can do, or else this tribe would cease to exist, right? Read.
Because we reserved not to each man his wife in the war.
But look, y'all didn't. Y'all weren't even out here with us. Y'all wasn't in the field with us. So they took your women, right? Read.
For ye did not give unto them at this time that ye should be guilty.
And hold on. We made the, now listen, we made the oath, but y'all didn't give these daughters to them. They came and took your daughters. So you didn't break any oath. You see what I'm saying? Read.
And the children of Benjamin did so, and took them wives according to their number of them that danced, whom they caught. And they went and returned unto their inheritance, and repaired the cities, and dwelt in them. And the children of Israel departed thence at that time, every man to his tribe and to his family, and they went out from thence, every man to his inheritance. In those days there was no king in Israel. Every man did that which was right in his own eyes.
And that's it on the book of Judges. With that, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and say Shalom.
Shalom.